everyone, I'm Claire Marie B, welcome to my channel, and in this video I'm putting together my 2021 bullet journal setup. I use a Scribble Dot journal which comes with pre-printed key and index pages. I'll put a link in the description below. So on to my quote page and my 2021 title page. Shout out to Art and Foxes for the inspiration on using tracing paper in my journal, which I'm definitely going to do more of in 2021. The quote that I've chosen for my journal is a Walt Disney quote. I've decided to set up my quote using different fonts so that I can practice the different writing styles. That's definitely going to be more of a focus for me in 2021 to improve on that. And I think it's just going to take some time and trying out new things with each journal spread that I create. Kept my colour scheme as simple as possible for this spread, so I've focused on some golds and silvers, grey and pink. I'm using that in the different pens and then also my washi tape, so I've picked up a little bit of black in there as well. I toyed with a lot of different spreads to put in here as well around memories and things I wanted to do, and it starts to take up so much space for me and I'm not brilliant at then coming back and filling all of this in. So I decided to create a memory wish list, particularly with COVID-19 this year. I really wanted to just have a simple place where I can jot down some things that I'm looking forward to being able to do once things are hopefully over a bit more. My next spread, using my trusty and well-loved Pigma micron pens, is my yearly planner. I don't do a year at a glance page. I find I don't use it, I don't refer back to it. Often it looks great, but it just ends up using up space in my planner. I'm listing out each of the months. I do this across 4 pages, so I have 3 months per page. I'm drawing probably the worst lines I've ever actually drawn on this one, so apologies for my wiggly lines. I need a bit more practice at my straight lines, I think, but I prefer that than using rulers. So I draw out the lines badly, and then I write the month at a glance. I list out the Monday to Sunday and then all the days of the week under there, so I have that at a glance already there. Last year I listed then all the days of the month underneath. Sometimes I think that works, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it's best just to have key dates. So for now I'm going to leave it blank and see how I feel and what works best for me. I really don't like having wasted space, so I think it may be more useful for me just to write down key dates underneath as they all crop up. Although that may not help the fact that I like things in an orderly fashion, because it may end up with some things being out of order. Finally, I'm using my trusty alphabet stamps to stamp in the months at the top. And what I will do is when I pick my spreads for each month, I'll then colour in the box or highlight that with the colour of that particular month. So over the page, I'm now then going to repeat exactly the same thing for the second half of the year. It's highly likely that by the time I come to the middle of the year, I'll be going into a second bullet journal. But this planner helps me to have in advance the dates ready to then put into that new journal and helps me to keep a track of things. I really do plan a lot of things in advance, so there will be things that I'm planning now for dates later on in the year. So this helps me to keep everything straight until I move on to that particular planner. And that's my yearly planners done. I next wanted to share with you how I do some of my wording and practicing that. So first of all, I wanted to pick a word of the year for myself, and this year I've gone with embrace. This word really spoke out to me. With everything that has been happening with COVID-19, I'm missing those physical hugs with my family and I can't wait to see them, and I want 2021 to be about embracing everything, embracing change, opportunities, travel, everything. So it really spoke out to me. I then looked online and found a font that I liked and kept practicing. And then using the tracing paper, I found it was a brilliant thing to be able to practice the lettering and then trace over the top. when I turn the video on, I feel like my line drawing and my lettering really goes terrible. Whereas when I'm not having to do it under pressure, it's so much better. My goals page is then pretty simple. I wanted to have a section around Clem B, which is obviously my channel and my Instagram. Feel free to check me out over there. I post a lot of other things around my weekly planners and other how-to things as well, if you want to have a look at that. I also wanted a section on this page on affirmations. I'm really not good at doing that and taking care of myself in that way, and sometimes, especially this year, I think everybody's thoughts can overtake themselves, so I thought some positive affirmations would be good for this year as well. The rest of the page I'm leaving completely blank so that as things come up throughout the year I can add those onto there, and I'm going to give a little bit more thought before 2021 about what else I'd like to have in there. My next spread is one of my most favourite things to track in my bullet journal. I love reading, watching TV, films. I love experiencing those new things, and I like things that really surprise me. And so I like to keep a track as well of what I've been reading and watching. I'm terrible for forgetting which season of something I'm actually on, so I like to keep a track of that. And in my bullet journal last year I did a TV tracker. This time I wanted to do a double page spread and record everything on there, things that I want to see in the future, things that I have then seen. So again, I've kept that nice and blank so that I can fill it all in. My next spread is a future task list. As I said earlier in the video, I always have plans for things really far ahead, and I often forget, oh, what did I need to do in that month? Or, you know, it could be things like renewing things or organising certain things, and when it's a few months ahead you think, yeah, I'll do it then, and I forget to do it. So this side of the page, I wanted to create some boxes where if there's something I know I need to do in the future, I can jot that into one of those boxes, and when it comes to my monthly spread, I've got a place where I can refer back to, take the items from there and pop them into the monthly spread for that month. And then on the left hand side, I'm doing my grid reference guide, so my handy trusty guide where I've counted out the squares and then I can refer back to it. And there we have it, my 2021 setup. Thanks so much for joining me and watching the video, and I look forward to seeing yours.